Not yet. I have not signed a motion to withdraw.
Oh, please.
This is Matthew Mansour, Assistant Public Defender with on behalf of Mr. Kyle.
I have this motion. Well, I have two things up because I have a motion regarding forfeiture. Ms. Ford, are you ready to argue that motion? Yes. Well, I've got a problem here because I'm trying to figure out what happened on the public defender side.
Your Honor, I can explain that. I was appointed to represent Mr. Kyle on this motion hearing today.
You mean assigned? Your office has been appointed from the get-go.
Yes, I was assigned to represent Mr. Kyle this motion today. I have sent a conflict check to our office this week because of his new charge that he has picked up, the witness tampering charge. And while waiting for the conflict check to come back, either confirming that there is a conflict or not, I was prepping for this call. Just up until yesterday, our office has sent an email saying there is a conflict, please withdraw.
Takima LaShawn Cooper wasn't involved in the case before the other matter?
Takima Cooper is his mother, and she is a suspect in the new star.
So why would that cause you to withdraw in this case?
Your Honor, I don't handle whether it's...
Well, somebody needs to get here and tell me, because here's the problem. As of the 4th of April, there was no conflict. Right? It comes down I think it was the 23rd of April. Then his exam is set before me. There's then a request for an adjournment. No mention of any conflict at that point.
Correct.
Then I don't get notification. So and then from that date, I adjourn his prelim. The people are going to file their motion. I give a date today for the hearing of the motion. And then the day before, I get a motion to withdraw. And by the way, no answer to the motion.
I completely understand the frustration from the court.
I don't think you do.
Your Honor, I was prepping for this matter up until yesterday. I'm just telling you where I'm at with today. There was a conflict check that I sent this week. I was appointed to represent him today. I sent that conflict check this week. So
on the new matter.
On the new matter, and yes.
So since you're still counsel of record, what do you suppose I do with his exam?
This preliminary exam coming up on the 21st?
Yes.
Your Honor, if it was up to me, I would request just a week adjournment to allow.
That's not the way the exams run. I understand that, but I've got a motion. They want to proceed by forfeiture. Who's going to argue that?
Your Honor, if I need to, oh.
Counsel told me what it was about, but I have not actually given those phone calls. So I would be overnight just.
Yeah, our office has jail calls. Discovery needed.
Ms. Barroso, you've reversed.
Your Honor, the forfeiture motion is on the assault with the intent to cause great bodily harm less than murder by strangulation or suffocation, not on rape intimidation. We do not need the victim to proceed on intimidation because it is based on the jail calls. All we need is the officer. I would say unless the public defender needs to withdraw from the original offense because of a conflict, that we proceed on the motion today, since he was prepping for it up through yesterday, and he responded orally on the record.
Is Tamika LaShawn Cooper a potential witness in this case?
She was not physically present at the scene, and it is my understanding, Your Honor, that the individual who the defendant called on the phone that was not 911 was the defendant's grandmother, not the defendant's mother. So she would not be a witness in any capacity in the assault she engaged. She's just a potential co-defendant in the witness intimidation, which we have not brought charges against her in that case.
How do I have a motion that tells me that this is a witness in this case? And I just heard she's not a witness in this case. She's not even a potential witness in this case. That was the question.
Your Honor,
You need to, you know what, Mr. Mansour, I realize how that process works. So what I'm going to ask the jail to do is to take him back. You find somebody that can give me an answer to that. Now, so that we've had a bench conference in this case, so that we're clear, and I think the court is correct, and it's just been said, the court is not going to sign or allow the withdrawal of the public defender in this case. Actually, because they had sent in the motion to withdraw on this case that's up today, which is the one ending in 12/12. Right. But I'm not permitting the public defender to withdraw because there is no conflict. Somehow there was some confusion. There will, I guess, potentially be a conflict tangentially, but I'm not going to get into that. But on the other case that Mr. Kyle has, 12/25. Have they made you aware that 12/25 is set for preliminary examination on the 21st? Okay. All right. So if you know that, I don't know if you have discovery, they're going to make sure discovery and all of the phone calls and everything get to you, Ms. Barroso, when we were at the bench, where she's going to make sure that that happens. Is that correct, Ms. Barroso?
That is correct. I'm just writing down her email address for me so I can make sure you get that to her.
I should be here on the 21st.
Yes.
And are you going to hold the hearing today on the other one?
Yes. All right. Very good. All right, I've read the, now back to the case 12/12. I've read the people's motion. There is no written response from the defendant, but you can go ahead, Mr. Mansour. Did you wish to respond to their motion to admit statements?
Your Honor, could I ask Ms. Barroso for a copy of those statements, the motion?
That's my personal copy. Do you need me to give you a copy?
Well, hold on, counsel. So, Mr. Mansour, because of the withdrawal, which may not have been the proper withdrawal, you're not prepared to argue the motion. Would that be a fair statement?
Your Honor, I would like to have additional time to be able to prepare, so.
I think my question is a yes or no.
So, to answer that question, not 100%, but I can do my best.
Mr. Kyle. I'll let them explain to you what happened. All I know is we had set this, and I'm sure you recall you were here before me on that date, and I gave a motion date. People were supposed to have everything in, and that was going to be today. And then you have your exam set later in May on the 21st. What's happened, and I'll just explain it from the, I'll let everybody else fill in the details, okay? But I'll just say, yesterday I received a motion for the public defender's office to withdraw on this case, right? My understanding is it was only supposed to be relative to your other case. Got it? So, from what I'm understanding, for what Mr. Mansour said on the record earlier, that he's preparing to handle this motion that I have set for today. But then once he's apprised and he doesn't make that decision that there's a conflict, he stops. While he's willing to argue it, I don't know that he's had the time to thoroughly go through it because he had to stop. Okay. Okay, to try to salvage this and not jeopardize, most importantly, the people's right as well as your rights, Mr. Kyle. I'm going to do it this way. Timing won't be ideal, but I'm going to adjourn the hearing on the motion for forfeiture to the 14th in the afternoon. All right. Folks, the people here should, I think, be here. I'm going to go in the afternoon because you should be here on prelims in any event. So I'm trying to pick that date that causes, I'll be here anyway. So, and you ain't going anywhere. So you'll be here. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do. You understand that, sir? All right. You have any questions about it for me? Okay. All right. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to adjourn the motion. Your exam, which is really the most important part of this because it's already been adjourned, I'm keeping that on the 21st. Okay. I'm just taking this motion we were supposed to hear today, giving a few more days, let them get caught up, and then I'll hear it on the 14th. Fair enough?
Is that at 1 o'clock?
Yes, at 1 o'clock. All right.